Hello, this is Mike, TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Eagle 370 FB fifth wheel. I'm going to walk you around this beautiful thing, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for that slide to open, but even more room for your awning. On your off campsite, again, besides your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Pretty close to each other. On your driver's side of your tow vehicle, just in front of your tires, will be your power. And then in this storage up here will be your docking station for water. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Unhooking our hitch. We're going to come inside here to our auto leveling system. We're going to turn that on by touching both arrows at the same time. That's going to turn this on. This is going to bring the unit up or down. Once you got the unit level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize it. I am simply just going to make sure that the vehicle and people are completely clear of here, because the first thing this thing is going to do is dip the front down. So coming over here, we're simply just going to touch auto level. You see that light flashing. Now the whole unit's going to start moving, doing this thing. Dropping the front, dropping these legs here, dropping the legs back here. It's going to dance around for a few minutes. While it does that leveling, that light's going to keep flashing. When you hear those leveling units stop, take a look in here and see if that light's solid green. If it is, all of your auto leveling is down and the unit is level and stable. I think we're getting ready to run these down now. I'll run down the back first. So it's going to take a couple minutes for these to run down. Don't be in the unit moving around. Just get these down. Once your unit's level and stable, we'll hook up our power and water. So while that's running, I'm going to show you real quickly. It's a big long 50 amp cord. Plugs in here on the side. The way these go on now is they'll come in at like 11 o'clock and then turn it to noon to lock it in. And then lock that in with that black washer there. At the end of that 50 amp service, in your convenience pack will be a 50 to 30 dog bone, they call them. And then if you ever need to plug into a 110 on the end of this, you go from 30 to 15 amp. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Auto leveling still running down. Looks like it's going to start running the front down now. Alright, here's our docking station. Pretty simple process here. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection center right here. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in your unit, because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. After you got your hose hooked up, now you're going to come down here and make sure your settings are set to city water. Blue to the right, green to the left, we're matching city water. We can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now once all these auto leveling is down, you go inside and open up your slides. Need you to get in there and open up anything that you need to get to all of your water lines. Get inside, open up your water taps, your showers, your sinks, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water. You're all set to camp. Let's just finish up here. I went ahead and waited it out so you can see your light's going to turn a solid green here. You're all level and stable. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to do a two-step process. We're going to start with tank fill. Filling in the same spot, turn your blue down, green to the left, hook up your hose here and fill up your freshwater tank. Now the way to tell that's full is go inside, watch the level of your tank. I'll show you where those are when we get in there. Once that's full, come out here, remove that hose, Put that cap back on, and now we're going to switch it to dry camp, where blue is going to go to the right and green is going to go down. Now we're matching dry camp, and then whenever we want to utilize that water, we'll turn on our water pump. Either turn it on here or indoors, usually indoors, whenever you need it. But wherever you turn it on at, make sure you shut it off in the same spot. Alright, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here in the docking station. All the way up top, we got this docking light. We're prepped for solar. We can plug in a solar panel right there, and that'll trickle charge your batteries. We've got a hot and cold shower with the spray port to hook up to that. Again, spot to turn on your water pump. Usually utilize that out here when you're putting in your winterization. Cable and satellite hookups. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Water connections. Black, gray, and other gray tanks. And here's where you can run all them hoses down through so you can close this storage area up. Up top here is going to be our inverter. Again, auto leveling. Battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Coming up front here is your hot water heater. This will come right off there, that door. Eye is on. There's your levels. You can turn this on without water being in it, but do not turn it on indoors. I'll show you where that hooks up indoors. Don't turn it on indoors until you've got water in your unit. Up here's your propane, lefty-loosey to open. Over here's your regulator. You see, I'll switch this back and forth right now and let it read that there's gas in it. And green will mean gas. And red means that you're getting low. There it goes. Keep an eye on that. Coming up front is your battery posts. Check them every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. Over here on our campsite, our other propane tank. A couple of 110s out here. Another spot where that spray port hose that's for your shower over there can hook up. Might need both hands to get this here. Sorry about that view. Just want to show you over here. You've got these lights out here can be set to on or motion. Power port, a couple of 110s and a cable. Access to water lines behind there. Excuse me, that's electrical. Flue for your furnace, a couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Porch light, a couple of outdoor speakers. Prep for a porch camera. That hand crank up front can get in here with that closed, or get in here with it open to get to your spare tire there. Got a quick connect LP here. They do have a new J-port arm that you can order to get on these. It's just an arm and a plate for a griddle. There's your towing information. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a few times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're also prepped for a backup camera. Your slides, you want to keep these nice and flexible and pliable over the years. Go ahead and add a spray lubricant to them. We'll sell one specifically for those. The low point drain will ease your access when your slides close. It's access to the back of your fridge. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when dumping our black and gray tanks. Again, our power. Here's our black and gray tanks. The other low point drains are going to be right up underneath there. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out, your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Also to let you know that your slam locks work best when gently slammed. Coming in immediately up here on the wall is going to be my control panel. I'm going to start down here on the bottom and show you these are interior lights, exterior lights, both. Spot to turn on your water pump. This says extend, this stands for retract. We're going to go in here and we're going to start at off. Going to the right, you can pair this to your phone with the BM Pro app. Awning 1, awning 2, slide controls. Go to awning 1 real quick. Hit extend. I believe that is the front one. Here it is. Let me go ahead and open this up and show you. Just hit extend on here. There you go. We're going to want to run that out until the flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your bar. If you continue holding that extend out, that's going to run itself out past that point and start to run itself up onto itself. So again, keep an eye on it so your flap falls down. Don't run it out further than you need to. Retract that back in. Finish running that the rest of the way in. Also awning 2, which is on your slide back here. Slides 1, 2, and 3, we'll utilize them and close the unit up. Starting up here, we'll go to home. Home will take you to your climate, your lights, your motors, your tanks, your energy. Same thing down this here. Your climate, excuse me, here's your tanks. Here's where you can turn on your water pump. Check the levels of your tanks. Motors, which is leveling. Slides and awnings. Just scroll on there to use these. Temperature. I'll crank the heat up. You hear that turn on down there. Shut that off. That takes a few minutes to cycle through. Turn that on. Come over here to the right. And you can change this to cool. Turn the AC on. Shut that off. AC's shut right off. But yet, this furnace fans take a few minutes to cycle through before they shut off. That's pretty much how to turn everything on and off here. Here's where you change your temperature. Here's your modes. And here's your fan speeds. Next, shut that off. Lights. All of these are dimmable. I'll show you by your hallway light right here. Kitchen pendant, same thing. All of these lights, dinette lights, these are all dimmable by just sliding this bar. Or just shut them all off from here. One touch. Turn them back on. Come down to tire pressure monitors. And lastly, battery fuel. Shows you running off your battery. Going back to home, that covers everything on there. Down below that is your temperature reader. You see a few of these throughout the unit. This is for your fan. Got a little half bath here. Just want to mention here's where your breaker box and fuses are. Ton of 15s, handful of 25s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. You want to flush your toilet a couple times, both this half bath and the one up there. Put a gallon or 2 of water into your black tank. Your black tank will thank you later. Complete separate manual from Whirlpool in your Jayco bag. On your residential fridge. Great big microwave here. Turning on off the turntable, fan, lights, more lights here. Stop. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light, turn that to light, hit your spark. Once your gas is turned on, these will light up here. You got that shut off. So same thing with the oven. Turn that to light. Hit your spark here, that'll light your pilot light, and then turn it to your desired temperature. Rock that panel light down, it gives you oven light. You turn on some lights from here as well. Shut off all your exterior, your dinette lights and ceiling lights from in here. All your entertainment center remotes are going to be right here in your seating. We're going to start with your Insignia one. You got a Fire Stick TV. Go in whenever you arrive at the campsites. Run a digital channel scan so that you can pick up your local channels. Sound system. JBL. AM, FM, Bluetooth compatible. I don't know if I'll pick up any stations inside this building. Let's see. Turn it up a little bit. It's hard to pick up anything in these metal buildings. Maybe 102.5. There we go. So interior, up front, and then exterior. So you can turn on all three. USB, auxiliary, optical, HDMI, ARC, Bluetooth, back to FM. Nice sound system. Lastly, your fireplace remote for that as well. Not just for looks anymore, folks. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, make it brighter or whatever. But the biggest thing is the heat. Crank the heat up in here. If it's chilly in the morning or evening, you want to warm it up, crank that heat up. That'll get it toasty in here in no time. Save your gas if you're at a campsite. Alright, continuing here in the living room, I'm going to show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. You take these Velcro cushions, remove them. Take your seating, lift it up, fold your bars out, flip this out, fold your back down, just that quickly. You've got another sleeping quarters. Remember to lift the back up first when putting it away. Fold your legs in. Put your cushions back, and just that quickly you're back to a sofa. Recliners here. These completely remove out of your cup holder. Recline by pulling up on this parachute pole. You have the charging ports on the end of by your sofa there. Again, all your remotes are in here. Your dinette, you know, you've got two folding chairs that'll match these chairs. Storage here, extension, also a footstool or bench, however you want to use it. Another spot to do lighting here. Actually, going back up into our bedroom, come inside and turn our lights on. So just so you know, in case you ever run into this, I couldn't figure out why the lights were so dim in here. I still had them dimmed on your slide dimming control on the control panel. So in our bedroom again, we got an area that we can control our lighting as well as our slide. Lighting up there. Underneath the bed will be your folding chairs and lots of storage there. Your other television. Want to make sure this door here is snapped open for travel, and that your shower door is also snapped open for travel. You are prepped for a washer and dryer back here. Another door to make sure that you have snapped to the closed position for travel. Again, flush your toilet, make sure you got some water in your black tank before you start using it. And lastly, our hot water heater. Once you've got water into your tank, simply turn it on here and set it at your desired temperature. Pretty easy to use. Well, that about covers everything on the inside. It's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Starting from the back, walking forward, we want to make sure we're not leaving anything in the way of any slides. Come down to my control panel, touch number 1, and that's going to shut off all my interior lighting except highlights or accent lighting, which I'll walk around and shut off by hand. Head up into the bedroom, do the same thing in here, and the bathroom, which I completely didn't shut off. And the last two in the bedroom here. Just gonna leave us in the dark for a minute. Let's safely make your way back to your control panel. We can now just touch number 1. And all the lights that we need to shut off when we're leaving will be ready to shut off at number 1. Doors and drawers. Walk through the unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. They utilize every inch of everything. Make sure this is a closed position. Instead of utilizing slides from down here, I'm going to start here by going to Motors. Scroll down to Slides. Slide 1, retract. That should be my bedroom slide here. One thing about using this board here is you want to make sure your finger stays on that button. I can hear that coming in. Again, we have made sure that we went in and nothing's in between our bedroom and the stop putting my hand on here. I'm going to come down here. Go to slide 1. Buttons down here will hold a lot easier. These touchpads can be sensitive. As it comes in, close that door. Go to slide 2. Hit retract. Again, we made sure everything is put away. Slide 3, retract. To our campsite over here. Again, keeping your finger on this button on this pad, holding this camera. At the same time, it can be a little tricky. See something I forgot down here? On your island is going to be your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector and a freshwater station. Inside underneath your sink is a big water container. You fill that up and you can utilize that for fresh water no matter where you're camping. I want you to hear that? That's just the slide mechanism saying I'm in all the way. Alright, let's go ahead and leave the unit. Alright, coming outside here. Biggest thing on these steps, you got to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this could catch as you bring these up. Your feet are also adjustable by pushing in on this lever here. That'll move them where you want them. Set this inside. When you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt that door, lift and turn this handle. That's how you want that for travel. Alright, first thing we're going to do in here, make sure no vehicle is up underneath the front. We're going to turn on our auto leveling again. And I'm just going to touch retract all. Again, usually the first thing that's going to happen is the front's going to dip down. It's going to start bringing up all of your auto leveling system. If we are out dry camping, come behind your tires, get up underneath there and pull that freshwater drain. Hook up your hitch and head on to the nearest dump station or home, whatever you're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable. hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be in front of your tires, on your off-camp side or driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up here. Open up this black handle here. Pull this black handle here. Alright, and we're going to pull this black holding tank. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, look inside. It shows empty or close to it. Come back out, leave that handle open. Come up to this black tank flush. Put your hose in there. Again, leaving that black handle open. Hook that hose up and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Close that. Let it run for a good 5 minutes. Come back down here. Make sure all that drain out you just put in there, that washout, has drained. Close this black handle. Come on up in here and pull this black hose. When that was no longer draining, again, check your tank, and we're going to black tank flush that one from here. Again, leaving that handle open. Hook your hose up. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all that black or that washout you put in this black tank is gone. Close that black tank and pull this gray handle. While the gray handles are draining, like you get everything cleaned up. Close that gray handle, pull this gray handle. That's gonna be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. And then you can conveniently and sanitarily, when that last one's done, close it, remove it, and store it right in here. It's a stinky container, we call it, and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Eagle for many years to come. Happy camping.